Hi, my name is Steve Swell. I'm a trombonist and composer based in New York City, and I'd like to invite you to my interpretations concert at Roulette Performance Space in Brooklyn on October 5th at 8 p.m. I'll be doing text and music of mine in a piece called If Trains Could Speak. I'll have some very fine musicians from New York, which include Jason Wong, Tom Buckner, James Ilgenfritz, Larry Rowland, Michael T.A. Thompson, Dave Sewellson, Patricia Nicholson Parker, and from Ann Arbor I'll have Deanna Relier and Pio Michalovsky. So the piece I will be presenting on October 5th is called If Trains Could Speak, and it's inspired by a trip of mine that I took while doing a residency in Krakow. I had a day off, so I got on the train from Krakow and visited Auschwitz concentration camp. And it's about a 90-minute ride, and it's through some of the most beautiful countryside you can imagine. And considering what that train ride was in the 1940s, there was a lot of dichotomies set up for me. I was enjoying the ride. It was a beautiful fall afternoon. The countryside was full of green grass and trees and farms and churches. You can hear church bells ringing. And I just thought how strange it was that I'm on this train going to Auschwitz, and how this experience is just completely, I can't even imagine what the other experience was back in the 40s, taking that ride. So it got me to think about those things. And as being half Jewish, that also was a consideration of mine. I felt it my duty to go visit the camp, and out of curiosity and as a way of being in touch with my heritage. And that also brought up a lot of other issues for me too, which I have included in the piece in terms of basically how we victimize each other and how we can struggle against not being victims of each other or of different groups, and how actually, and even in our own day-to-day conversations, how we may carelessly say something that may hurt someone also. So the text is largely on that, and hopefully it'll be a redeeming piece that people will feel enlightened, inspired, and healed by. And I know all the musicians are going to be great, and the vocalists, Tom and Deanna, are fantastic vocalists, and they'll be reciting my text as well as singing it and improvising and riffing off it as well. What's really great about living and working as a musician in New York is that you meet just a multitude of very talented people. And I've been very fortunate over my many years of living here and working here as a musician to meet and play and interact with many of them. And so many of the people in the ensemble are very good friends, and we're also great musicians, and that makes working these pieces out that much easier. They kind of know what to expect from me a little bit, and they know what to expect the unexpected also. So that helps a great deal, because I could be unpredictable at times when I'm running through things, or even in the course of performing, I like to improvise what the sections might be, and people understand that. And people like Jason Wong, who I've known since the 1980s, probably the longest person I've known in the band. We played together in Wakanda, Ken McIntyre's band early on, and so he's been a long-time friend and very supportive of me, and I'm supportive of him also, and we do a lot of each other's projects. And all the musicians in the ensemble are just great people as well, and everybody has diverse interests too in other areas that they work in, and I've worked in their bands, or they've worked in other projects of mine. So being in New York is really an asset in terms of working out your own projects, and over the long haul, people get used to you, and they get to know how you work, and it just makes putting these projects together that much easier. So I appreciate all their input on it as well. I was born and raised in New Jersey. My father was he had his own Sunoco gas station, and I came up listening to all the jazz that was available during the 1970s, which was free jazz as well as classic bebop bands and swing bands and New Orleans bands. So I had, and at that time it was, you can go out, when I started coming into New York in the 1970s, you could hear all that music within a few blocks radius. All that music was happening at that time. You'd see Dizzy Gillespie in the afternoon in the park, and then you'd see Cecil Taylor at night at somewhere. So it was pretty amazing time, and you never thought one thing was better than another or whatever. It was just all music. And I still hold that very close to me. When I moved into New York finally in the mid-70s, I was lucky to start playing with, I played with Lionel Hampton, I played with Buddy Rich, but I still had fondness for more creative music, and eventually got involved with Wakanda Ken McIntyre, and that led me to other creative bands, and that was just the beginning of the downtown scene and the Knitting Factory scene. So I got to play with all those musicians, Tim Byrne and Joey Barron, and I was part of that scene for a long time. And over the long haul, I've really taken all those experiences as far as composing aesthetics and improvising paradigms, and use that to create my music. And I still find interesting things to do on the trombone, and interesting ways to get music platforms created. And I'm still going for it. I don't know, but I just love working in it, and I'm just going to keep doing it till I can't do it anymore.